Mum's the word.
Welcome to the Answer Ever podcast for Philly Old Heads Talk Sports. We back for another show. We had an interesting week. Big donut this week, the big donut, but that's okay. That's all right. We're going to get it back eventually. Let's get right into it. Let's get to those introductions. Let's start with my main man, Big Ski. What's up, bro?
Hey. I'm in the house.
I see you.
I talk about, crazy week, little confused, but we'll see. Hey, I'm in the house. Let's go.
All right. So next, we got my main man, Little Ski. Go ahead, Little Ski. What's up, bro?
What's going on, everybody? What's up? Back for another episode. Let's get right to it.
All right. Short and sweet. I like it. Herb, you next, buddy. You next, big guy. There he is.
What's happening? What's going on, everybody?
All right. What's going on with you, Herb?
Man, just chilling, ready to get into it and have some fun tonight.
Absolutely. And last but certainly not least, we got Lil Zah. Lil Zah.
What's up, y'all? How y'all doing? We had a rough week with the Sixers. I don't think it's getting no better no time soon. I can't lie to you.
I understand.
I can't lie to you. I don't see too much light at the end of the tunnel right now. But go ahead.
COVID got us, bro.
Man,
you know what I'm saying?
That is bad.
All right, so listen. This is the thing here, boys. This is the thing. We had some predictions from last week. Let's get to the clip. What's your prediction for the next three?
I think we probably go 1 and 2.
I think we'll go 2-1.
I'm going 1 and 2.
Let's say 2-1.
Wait, I'm gonna go 1 and 2.
All right, I'll go with 1 and 2. Oh, I don't like that clip. You didn't mention my 0 and 3. I was very much saying I thought we was gonna go 0 and 3. Oh, somebody shorted me. I don't know who did that, but whatever. It's cool. I picked 1 and 2, so I'll go with that. I think that we had a horrible week. That was not good at all. 0 and 3, but I knew the Raptors were a scrappy team. The Raptors was the game we could have won. If we were going to win one of these three, it was that Raptors game. But they're super scrappy. They're young. They got a pretty good coach. You know, they got good management, and they're not going to be bad for long. So, you know, Toronto was the win we should have gotten. I knew we were going to lose to the Jazz, and then the other game, I knew we were probably going to lose that one too. So, you know, that's just my thing. I did say 0 and 3. I had a caveat. I just want to make that. Yeah. Next time I'll have to be in when we make these clips. When we make the clips, I'm gonna have to be in on that from now on. You know what I mean? All right, go ahead, Big Ski. What was your prediction?
I said 2-1, and it didn't work out that way.
No, it didn't.
But it's okay. I think I just, once we get into the show, I got a few reasons why I want to tell you why we did what we did. But, my prediction was way off. My predictions was way off. That's all I got.
All right, got you. Lil Ski.
Yeah, my prediction was off 2. I said 1 and 2, but I thought we was going to at least win one of those games. I didn't think we was going to go 0 and 3. That was pretty bad. We don't look as good as we thought we were. After we went on that little winning streak, we kind of fell off a lot. So we'll get into it when we get into the show.
All right.
I predicted 2-1. I was just hoping that we can get that Raptors game and then feed off of that and maybe, take Indiana. But none of that happened. We got the donut, and then, oh, my goodness. And now it's, 0 and 5? We lost 5 straight, so this is no good. We need Embiid back fast.
Absolutely. Go ahead, Lozak.
Nah, I agree. We need Embiid back fast because that 0-3, that's no good. I said 1-2, and thinking back on it, I thought we could steal one maybe from the Raptors. Like you said, they're very young. They can't. We got a couple veterans on our team, but we just didn't have it that night, and we haven't had it for the last 5, just like you said. So, we just gotta pick it up. We gotta get a couple players back. Everybody's gotta get back in that groove because that COVID slump. It could still take a little while for them to get 100% healthy back off of that. So
that is true. COVID has slammed our team. I think we're the team with the most COVID outages, like people out this season so far. Right. So that is a major negative. I'm not sure how we're going to get out of it because we still have at least 10 more days with Embiid, maybe. I mean, his 10 days are up, but like you said, he has to test negative several times and do all this other stuff. So. And he's out of shape, so it's not going to be good. Like Lil Zai said, I don't see too much light in front of this panel for a while. It's going to be several weeks before we get back to like winning again. So the first question, let's hop right into it. Is Doc the reason for our last 5 losses, or is there other reasons? Big Ski.
Okay. But now, you know me. With Doc, I actually don't think it's him because he got them balling. They just don't know how to win because we don't have no stars. We don't have Embiid. We don't have a star. We're missing a $150 million player. That's just missing. Harris doesn't need to be the number 2 player. He needs to be the number 3 player. Embiid need to come back, but we are balling. I enjoyed every game except for yesterday. But we'll get into that later in the show too. But we all them dudes are good. They just don't know how to win. Okay, they're not supposed to. They ain't no star out there. It's Maxey. Maxey out of control, but he is awesome. And when he get under control, he might be like a Westbrook. Like when his whole career is over. You know what I mean? Because he just is. But when it's working, are you kidding me? And these guys are balling. And then right when it's 1 minute left to go in the game, they say, that's it. Shut you down. That's what happened. But, okay, I can't. That's what they do. At the end of the game, they shut it down, and then we just don't win. They don't know how to win without our stars. That's what I got.
All right. Lil Ski?
Yeah, kind of what he said. We kind of play good in the middle of the game, and then at the end, we don't really have Embiid. So that's why we don't have anybody that can take up that role of finishing the game. We still have relatively young players, even though we got some veterans, but we don't have anybody that can take over the game at the end and seal the win for us. That's why we've been losing not last night, but the other games before that, we lost close games because we didn't have nobody that can, come in and finish for us. So I'm not going to blame it on Doc. I'm going to blame it on our inexperience and youth.
All right.
I want to say, Doc does get a little bit of the blame only because he is the head coach, but he's got excuses of Embiid being out and not having Ben Simmons and all these things. So you can't really say he's to blame for these 5. But going on through the rest of the season, Doc is going to be on the hot seat again. They're going to be looking at him and deciding if this was the right way to go with Doc, or we might need to move on because this is weird. This is weird right now.
Go ahead, Lil Zai.
All right, I'm gonna say that I think I'm gonna blame it on youth and inexperience as well. Doc has proven that he can, for the most part, he can coach at all times. Sometimes he does little funky things in the playoffs, playing whole bench unit and things like that. But I mean, for the most part, during the season, he knows what he's doing. He's trying to figure out who can play where and how often they can play and what they're going to do in the long run. So I can just blame this on the inexperience, and then for missing 3 players that are worth over $100 million. Like, I mean, it can't be Doc's fault.
I agree. I don't blame this on Doc. Doc was coaching excellent before this little streak here. We were 8-2. We were, really, really balling, and like we had the bench players really putting in work. We had just great coaching for the first 10 games. Then COVID hit us. There's nothing you can do about that. I mean, COVID hit us hard. First Tobias, we were still winning without Tobias. Tobias is Mr. Consistency, but he can't give you 30. Like when we need 30, when Embiid's not there, he's not going to give you 30. That's just not his game. He's going to give you 20 consistently, no matter who's there, who's not. But we were missing him for the first few games, and we were still balling at 20 points. So this is all because Embiid is out. If Embiid was here, we would be like, we would have went 500 in these last 4 or 5 games instead of 0 for 5. So I blame this on COVID, not Doc. Doc was working it. He was doing his thing. I think that Doc is one of those stabilizing forces over a season. Like over a season, he's an excellent coach. But when it comes down to the playoffs, that's when he has little breakdowns and little things that go wrong, that he's very stubborn. But he elevates a franchise. Like he could probably go into any franchise and make that franchise a better franchise or a better team on the court. Now, like I said, though, come playoff times, it's a little quirky things that happen. But overall, he is a good coach, and we should be fine once everybody comes back from COVID. That's my opinion. Let's move on to the second question. Since Embiid misses a lot of games, should we trade for Ben Simmons now and not wait? Just take pennies on the dollar. That way we can have somebody in here that's helping while Embiid is out with COVID, and then also with his just normal not playing certain games, not playing back-to-backs, and he always has a few weeks where he's not playing. So what do you think, Lil Ski?
At this point, I think it's over. We can't bring that relationship back. He's mentally gone. So I think we just try to get the best possible thing we can get for him right now, and not worry about maybe getting a better player later. I think it's over now. I just think it's unrepairable. So and with Embiid missing games, we're missing that guy. We're missing that $150 million guy. So I think we got to do it. How about you, Herb?
I think, I would like for it to get done sooner, but Daryl Morey, he says that, this might go on for years. So there's no telling, what's going to go on with, Ben Simmons. But, I would rather it get done sooner. That way, whatever's going to happen, let all the, the pieces fall. You know what I mean? So we can figure out how we're going to move forward.
Got it. What do you think, Lil Zah? Zah, what do you think?
Well, for me, I don't know. I'm on the fence with it because I just can't give up Ben Simmons for pennies. I just refuse to give up a $180 million player, somebody who can be a defensive player of the year, perennial all-star, all that for, somebody who I know for a fact will not get us over the hump. We need a dynamic player, not just another role player to add to the list. Because Tobias Harris as a 2 isn't going to work regardless. So we're going to need somebody who can be a 2, not another 3. We're going to have 2 3s again. So.
Got it. Understood. My opinion, since Embiid misses so many games, I still don't think we should trade Ben Simmons. I think that Ben, we need to get true value. If he wants to sit out for 4 years and he gets fined, that's fine with me. I'm not mad about it. When we have a full complement of our players, we are 8-2. We are a good team. We might not win the championship, but we probably wasn't going to win the championship with Ben because it's like playing 4-on-5 in the playoffs. So either way, we weren't going to win the championship. So I say don't trade him. Make him sit. Make him wait. Make him rot. I'm down with all that because if you're going to abandon your squad like that over a couple of comments, then you are a punk, and I don't need you on my squad. I need you to go ahead and sit down and not get paid. And that'll teach all the other players who want to, get traded first year into their 5-year deal that you can't do it. You can't. You gotta play it out as best you can. Life ain't easy. I mean, you're making $180 million. Suck it up, my man. Suck it up. You know, get with the program, go in there, apologize to your teammates, and come and play, or sit and rock. That's my opinion, 100%. What you think, Big Ski?
Well, Ben Simmons, and with Embiid, he misses a lot of games. Should we trade Ben Simmons? I think that yes, we should, but I think we can take a middle average player. Now, financially, no, but we were 8-2 without him.
Mm-hmm.
But it got to be the right player. What are we missing? Now, I mean, I had an answer for that this show, but I may get it next time. Okay, right. But if it's a middle player, let's figure out what we're missing because we're 8-2 without him. So definitely trade him. But even if we got to take a loss, as long as you pick the right person, I think we okay.
All right. Cool. So next up, will Maxey get the most improved player? Maxey's been balling out, boys. He's out there putting up 30 a game, most games. He is out there putting work on whoever's in front of him. He's not letting nobody stop him. That teardrop, that floater, nasty. His three-point shot has improved. First of all, he's improved more in 1 year than Ben has improved in 5 years. So
in 3 games.
Listen, he has improved his game. He went into offseason. He couldn't shoot too good last year, but he got it together. He's out there balling.
Everybody on the team, but Ben Simmons got better. What you talking about? Who them other guys? Leo, Nang, Johnny, Ricky, all them. Everybody good on the team now.
Yeah, but he's the most improved player. He could be the most improved player from last year. So, what do you think we're going to Herb on this one? Herb, Maxey, the man, or what?
Yeah, Maxey, he's been electric all season long. The past couple games, it just seems like a light just went off in his head. He just flicked the switch, and all of a sudden, he's just a different player. It's still a little bit early to see what other players have done in the NBA, but I think this is going to be hard to beat. Maxey, he's just been coming through for us, every single game, and he just plays hard for us. And I guess that's what as a Philadelphia fan, that's what we want. You know what I mean? The guy to just go out there and play hard every single game, and Maxey gives us that.
Yep, 100%. I agree.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree with Herb. For me, I love Maxey. I love him for most improved, but I don't think he'll get it only because there's a couple other star names out there that, are putting up some big numbers from last year. But for our team and for our culture, I think Maxey is just perfect fit, perfect timing, especially with Ben being out. We might have to have a point guard for the future. So with Maxey, I just love everything he's bringing to the table. I love his progression. I love that he's starting to, slow down a tiny bit. I mean, it's not as bad as it was last year. Let's say it like that.
Absolutely. Yeah, he's not as frenetic. He's definitely thinking the game. The game is slowing down for him. It's obvious, when you can put up 30 against, the best competition in the NBA, even the worst teams got athletic point guards and, guys who can defend. So the fact that he's putting up these numbers is amazing. If he improves his defense, he might be just as good as Ben Simmons. Maybe, for our team, he might be better because at least he's not a negative in the playoffs. Like, he might do negative things like turnovers and things, but he's trying his best. He's not being like a guy who's passive. He's being very aggressive. And in Philly, that's all you really have to do is be super aggressive, even if you're an idiot. As long as you're aggressively trying hard, then okay, Darren, Maxey is the truth. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I see you down there making some comments. Thank you. We appreciate that. Keep commenting, please. But yeah, Maxey, he's the man. I don't see anyone else getting better than him. He averaged like maybe 8 points last year, or 6 or something like that, and now he's averaging 16 or more, and it should go up from here because he's going to be playing a lot. So by the end of the season, it might be up to 18 or 19. So I'm thinking that he might just get it. I might have to make a little wager on or at the casino, online,
absolutely.
because he looks like he could definitely be most improved player. Definitely. Big Ski.
Okay, you know me. I'm one of those guys. I'm saying no because I'm gonna do it from a coach's perspective. Okay, it's cute. You got 30, but in the last minute, I shut you down as a coach. I lose the game. So now, most improved player, yes, but until you start winning, that's not improved to me. Being a good player is being a good player, but most improved is learning how to win. I can have 5 points and go win the game. You got 30 points and mess up every time in the last 30 seconds. Every time. But it's okay. So I'm going to say no only because of that. But is he not balling like he is all of that? Absolutely. He has a little more to learn. And he has a little more to learn. We have to learn how to win.
Right. Well, him being in his second year, let me just make a quick rebuttal to that.
Mm-hmm.
He definitely, you're right. The last minute of the game is crunch time, and everybody's different in crunch time. But he's only in his second year. He has never started in the NBA, or this is his first season starting in the NBA. So I'm gonna give him more than 15 games to get it together in the last 30 seconds. Like I'm gonna give him at least half the season. If he's not better at the end of games by the middle of the season, then he's one of those players who's more of a just a scorer who comes in and gives you 15 off the bench, and then doesn't have to be in at the end of the game because he's just going to play his role, which is give you 15 off the bench. But as a starter, I think that he can do it. He just needs more time. He's young. He's not even 21. I think he's 20 or maybe he's 21. I'm not sure.
He's 22.
He just turned 21.
21?
Yes, just turned 21.
Couple days
That's
ago.
my point.
That night he scored 30.
But I'm going to feed off of what Lil Zod said. Lil Zod said he's not ready yet.
Yeah, right. 6 months, I think he will be ready. He learns very quickly, to me.
But the question was most improved.
Right. I think yes.
Okay, let's go with a name.
I'm not saying all-star or nothing like that. Just the most
I'm going to just throw
improved.
a name out there. Does anybody know Toppin?
I know Obi from the Knicks.
Okay.
He played last year?
Yeah. Same as him.
He's a rookie, second year?
Second year.
I believe second.
Okay. Well, I don't know anything about Toppin, but it'll be a race. There's going to be other players who are in that race,
Yeah, absolutely.
Sure. But I'm saying no only because the Knicks is winning. And we winning too, but you got to say
we're better than the Knicks when we have all our players.
Okay.
Just saying.
Another question.
Just saying. Yeah, it's another day. Question for another day. Okay, go ahead, Little Ski. You're the last one.
No. I'm gonna say no because there's a player on Golden State that I think might win it. Jordan Poole for Golden State is playing great right now, and they're the best team in the league. I think he's
year two.
Gotta be two. Gotta be fair. Okay.
I think he's probably going to be at the top of the race for most of the year, and the Warriors are winning right now, so he's filled in for the absence of Klay Thompson very well. I don't know how that dynamic will be when Klay Thompson comes back, but I think he's above Tyrese Maxey right now. Tyrese Maxey's 2. I got Jordan Poole at 1.
All right. Got you. You came up with a good name. I like that. All right. So, listen, guys. You see this behind me right here? What's that? That's the birds, baby. You see them. We got a birds question tonight. Listen, we won this last game for the Eagles. Are we going to make the playoffs? It looks like we're only one game out of the playoff race. What do y'all think about the Eagles, my man? Zal, we're going to go to you on this one. What do you think about the Eagles?
I am not on the Eagles bandwagon. I've been saying this since the beginning of the year.
Boo.
the Eagles are not a good team. We only beat horrible teams. If you literally look at our record, we beat Detroit, we beat Atlanta, we beat whoever. Carolina, not a good team. None of those are good teams. They got bad quarterback. All that.
Who did we play last week?
Denver. But
Denver's a good team.
Okay.
Denver's a good team.
And Denver just beat Dallas.
But they traded their team away. They got rid of Von Miller. They gave up.
Right. Denver's no good.
They just beat Dallas. They just beat Dallas.
They have a winning record. Not like we don't.
I think they're 5-5 now.
Playing for Dallas. Cooper Rush. I don't know who that is. So I'm not sold on the Eagles. Or for the rest of the year, I'm not sold on them whatsoever. No.
All right. Well, let me go. I'm not on board quite yet, but I got 1 foot on. I'm about to jump on this trolley. Like in San Francisco, you jump on the trolley. I'm about to be on the bandwagon because Hurts is looking better. Each week, he looks a little bit better. He's making the throws now a little better. He's stepping up in the pocket instead of rolling out and running every time, but he runs when he has to. I listened to his press conference at the end of the last game, and I would follow him into a foxhole. I would follow him into anywhere. Like he's talking the right game. He is saying all the right things. He's a coach's son. He kind of knows what he's doing when he comes to the press conferences and all that kind of stuff. It's just the only issue he has is that noodly arm he's got. That arm is not strong as it could be. But Russell Wilson does it without a super strong arm. Joe Montana did it without a super strong arm. You got to be cerebral if you don't have the gun-slinging arm like Carson Wentz. Some people are like Carson Wentz, but you got the arm, but you have the 10-cent head. So we got a guy who has the right hand, but just not the physical tools. But you make the right lanes. Drew Brees doesn't have a super strong arm, but he gets it done. So. It can be done, and I think he has the right attitude to get it done. So I think that I like Jalen Hurts, and I like the Eagles. Our defense played better last week. I have to disagree with Little Zai. The Broncos are a good team. They're not world beaters, but they're above average or at least average, and we beat them pretty soundly. So I'm on board. I like the Eagles. I want to see us do our thing. If we win this week at the Saints, I might just jump all the way on board and watch all the games.
Herbie, don't say it.
Hey, man. Hey.
Inside joke, guys.
Listen, let's see what happens. Let's see what happens if we beat the
Saints. All right, go ahead, Ski. Big Ski. Okay. What do you think about the Eagles?
What I'm going to go with is, will the Eagles make the playoffs? I'm going to say, I can't answer that yet because apparently if we still have a chance to make the playoff, then the NFC stinks. Mm-hmm. Okay? So we got about 2 teams that are good and then everybody else stinks. Okay? So we still got a chance. So maybe not. I'm not sure. But I do say this.
There's an extra playoff team this year, too.
We have definitely beaten. We're getting better. I think that yesterday's game was the best game that we played all season, just on the coaches getting better, I think.
Yes.
I mean? I don't think it's really the players getting better. I just think the coach is listening to like WIP and ESPN. So I think that's what's happening. So I think that I'm not sure. Playoffs, I'm not sure. I mean, come on. We ain't going to win a record. We talking about the playoffs.
We're only 1 game back.
Right. I mean, everybody.
Yeah, I agree.
But that being the case, we got a chance. So I'm just going with we got a chance. I'm going.
All right. Little ski, what you think?
I'm going to have to go a little Zai. We're not making playoffs. The NFC is top heavy. Like there's like 4 teams that are like 8-2, I think, in the NFC. I think it's the Cowboys, it's the Cardinals, I think the Rams are up there, even though they just lost.
And Arizona.
And Arizona and the Buccaneers. It's too many. It's a lot of teams that are at the top. We could sneak into that 7th spot, but I don't even want to see us in the playoffs. We're going to get blown out. I don't even think I want to see it. I don't think I want to see us in the playoffs. So
but that is a progression. You make the playoffs the first year, then you move to the second year, you win a game. You know what I mean? It's like part of a progression. If we don't make it at all, we don't get that experience. So I don't know.
Yeah, but go ahead.
I think that's asking a lot to say that the Eagles might make the playoffs. We how many games we still have left? About 7 games?
8.
8 games? Wow. And we'd have to win at least 6 of them, right? 5 or 6?
We have the easiest schedule coming down the stretch. We got the Giants twice, Washington twice, and the Jets. That's 5 games against stinker poos.
Yeah, but we won 2 games in a row yet? That doesn't seem like we have.
No, we haven't.
And we haven't won at home yet. Have we won at home? I don't think we won at home either.
We haven't won at home.
Playoffs. How can we even make the playoffs?
None of this sounds like playoffs to me. No, I said maybe.
If we win this week, it might change your mind. That's all I'm going to say.
I'll definitely put my toe on. I'll put my toe on the bandwagon.
Oh, you got your toe on? Oh, you got your toe on, man. All right, that was a good talk about the Eagles. I loved it. We got to bring them up.
Before we go about the Eagles, we tailgating this weekend at the game. We still love it. We down there. Come on down.
Everybody go see Big Ski at the tailgate. He's waiting for you. He's got some chicken on the grill waiting for you.
Parking lot P. Down there.
They down there. They at the parking lot. Even though the Eagles are.
But
if we make the playoffs, I'm with you. If we go to the playoffs, I'll be down there. So let's get back to the Sixers. Obviously, let's get back to what we do, our bread and butter. What's the prediction or preview for the next game, Lil Zai?
All right, so our next game is against the Denver Nuggets. They got the 4th ranked offense in the league. They got the 25th ranked defense in the league. Some notable players to be looking for from their starters. We already know Jokic. And then it looks like
reigning MVP.
Yeah, definitely league MVP last year. And then Aaron Gordon, who has come on for them this year. He's averaging like 20. He's doing his thing. Looks like he's being more consistent. Then some people off the bench. They got Austin Rivers. He can shoot the lights out. And then he can shoot. Now don't get it twisted. Austin Rivers, he got a little jumper on him. Don't can't look at him all crazy.
And we gotta respect him. He's our coach's son. He's our coach's son.
Yeah, that don't mean we gotta respect him. No. We don't.
He's a grown man.
Exactly. He's a Philly
player. Yeah, and their record is currently 9-5.
9-5. All right.
Yeah.
Cool. Thank you for that. All right, let's get right into the predictions, boys. We got Denver. We got the Blazers. We got the Kings before our next show next week. What do we think of that prediction-wise? Big Ski, what you got for predictions?
Okay. My goodness. Is Embiid back? We on the road?
They're all on the road.
Yeah, all on the road.
Oh my God, a West Coast swing.
Yep.
Nuggets are like Utah kind of, right? And then Portland has just got Lillard, but then he kind of wants to come to us. I think maybe I'm hoping.
Yeah, more hoping than anything.
They got a good team too, but not really because they got that boy. I'm gonna go. We gotta go 2-1, man. We gotta start winning again, man. That's it. I don't even care what I predict. 2-1. Be better.
All right, 2-1. We heard that. That was a very, very strong 2-1. Big Ski. Little Ski.
I think we go 1-2. I know I said 1-2 last week. I think we go 1-2 again. We got Nuggets. We're gonna lose to the Nuggets because they have better players. We don't have our best player. They do. I think the Trailblazers are a tough team at home. They play better at home than on the road. And then I think we beat the Kings. The Kings aren't that good. They can shoot. They can score, but I think we'll be able to play better team ball, and we'll be able to out-coach them because they have. I don't know who their coaches is, but we'll be able to scheme better than they will and get the win in Sacramento. So 1-2.
Yeah, we'll be on a 5-7 game losing streak by that point. So we better beat the Kings. Go ahead, Herb.
I think I'm gonna take a page out of your book with 0-3, man. I think this is looking bad. I think this is looking bad. I'm just not feeling confident about these next 3 games.
I understand. 0-3. All right, Lil Zai.
Yeah, I'm gonna take a page out of everybody's 0-3 book. I will go with 0-3. It's just not looking good without the stars, man. It's not looking good. That COVID bug, even when they come back, it still might not be good. So, like I said, with the only team that we might have a chance of beating on this road trip, I'm thinking is going to be the Kings. So, if we don't get the Kings, yeah, it's definitely going 0-3. There's no way around it.
All right, I'm gonna have to agree with that. I think I'm not gonna go 0-3. I'm gonna go 1-2. My prediction last week was 0-3. We went 0-3. This week it's going to be 1-2. I say we lose the first 2 games on the road, and then we have a gut check game. Gut check. Who is going to get it? And we're gonna beat the Kings. That's my prediction for the next.
Excuse me, Zai. You what? You didn't say 0-3.
I did. I absolutely did. Now it doesn't count. It doesn't count. But I definitely said we might go 0-3.
He did say 0-3. He did.
We got to get rid of all the mics and the maybes.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, that's true. We can't be hedging our bets on this. We got to pick a certain number, and I'm going 1 and 2 for the next 3. All right. So that's it. Listen, guys, I need everyone out there watching. Anybody who can see my face right now, like on Facebook, subscribe on YouTube. It helps the algorithm. We need it. Please. I appreciate everyone who watches. We all appreciate everyone who watches. And let's get this page growing. We need it. All right. So thank you very much. And we out.